Picture this. The average American spends over $46,000 on a single car over 5 years. That's not a typo. $46,000 for something that loses half its value the moment you drive it off the lot. But here's the kicker. Most people think they only spent $28,000. The hidden costs are literally stealing your future wealth, and you probably don't even realize it's happening. Hey there, wealth builders. Welcome back to WealthWise, where we turn financial stress into financial success, one wise decision at a time. I'm Jesse. Today, we're exposing the #1 silent wealth killer that's sitting in your driveway right now. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how your car is draining your bank account and what you can do about it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the Honda in the garage. Car ownership has become America's most expensive mistake, and the numbers are absolutely staggering. We're not just talking about monthly payments here. We're talking about a financial black hole that swallows your money faster than you can earn it. And most people don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. Here's a reality check that might sting a little. US auto loan debt just hit a record-breaking $1.62 trillion in 2025. That's trillion with a T. To put that in perspective, that's more than the entire GDP of most countries. We've become a nation of people who are literally driving themselves into poverty one monthly payment at a time. And it's getting worse every year. The average car payment has jumped to over $600 per month, and loan terms are stretching longer and longer. Some people are now financing cars for 7 or even 8 years, which means they'll be underwater on their loan for most of the time they own the vehicle. But Sarah from Denver thought she was being smart. She bought a reliable Honda Civic for $27,867. Seemed reasonable, right? Wrong. What Sarah didn't calculate was the true cost of ownership. 5 years later, that affordable car had actually cost her over $46,800. That's an extra $19,000 that just vanished. So where does all this extra money go? It's like your car has secret pockets that keep getting deeper. Let me break this down, because most people have no idea how deep this rabbit hole goes. First, there's depreciation, the silent killer nobody talks about at the dealership. Your car loses about 20% of its value the second you sign those papers. That's $5,500 gone in 60 seconds for Sarah's Honda Civic. Then another 15 to 20% each year after that. Next up is insurance. The average person pays about $1,500 per year just to legally drive their car. But if you're young or have a nice car, you could be paying $3,000 or more annually. Then there's fuel, which adds up to roughly $2,000 annually for most drivers. Don't forget maintenance and repairs. That's another $1,000 to $1,500 per year. Oil changes, new tires, and the dreaded transmission repair that costs more than your first apartment's rent. Registration fees, sales tax when you buy the car, parking costs if you live in a city, and if you financed your car, interest payments that can add thousands more to your total. Sarah's financing alone added $3,000 extra just in interest over 5 years. Now here's where this gets really painful. Let's say instead of buying that Honda Civic, Sarah invested her monthly car payment of $450 into an S&P 500 index fund. With a conservative 10% annual return, she'd have roughly $60,000 after 5 years. Meanwhile, her car is now worth maybe $12,000. That's a $48,000 difference in net worth from one decision. But here's the real kicker. If Sarah kept investing that money for 20 years instead of upgrading cars every 5 years, she'd have over $300,000. But here's the plot twist that nobody talks about. My friend Marcus learned this lesson the hard way, and his experience changed how I look at cars forever. Marcus was 25, fresh out of college with a computer science degree, making $70,000 per year. He wanted to look successful, so he walked into a BMW dealership and fell in love with a shiny new 3 Series sedan. $55,000. Monthly payment? $820. 3 years later, Marcus was what we call car poor. He was living paycheck to paycheck, couldn't save money, and definitely couldn't invest. His rent was $1,200, his car payment was $820, insurance was $300 per month, and gas was another $300. That's over $1,600 per month just for housing and transportation. The worst part? He owed more on the car than it was worth. He was trapped in negative equity, owing $32,000 on a car worth $24,000. Meanwhile, his college roommate Jake bought a 3-year-old Toyota Camry for $18,000. Monthly payment, $350. Insurance, $150 per month. Gas, about $200. But here's the kicker. Jake invested the difference. Every month, he put away an extra $450 into index funds and stocks. 3 years later, when Marcus was struggling to make ends meet, Jake had built up a $45,000 investment portfolio plus an emergency fund. Same salary, same starting point. Completely different financial outcomes, all because of one decision about transportation. The social pressure to look successful through expensive cars is real. But here's the truth that wealthy people understand. Truly wealthy people don't tie up their money in depreciating assets. They buy reliable transportation and invest the difference in assets that actually grow in value. So how do you avoid becoming car poor and start building real wealth instead? 3 simple strategies that can save you hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Strategy number 1. Buy used cars that are 3 to 4 years old. This is the sweet spot where you avoid the massive depreciation hit but still get most of the modern features and reliability. A brand new Honda Accord costs about $35,000. That same car, 3 years old with 40,000 miles, costs about $22,000. You just saved $13,000 by waiting 3 years. Strategy number 2. Keep your total transportation costs under 15% of your monthly income. This includes your car payment, insurance, gas, maintenance, everything. If you make $5,000 per month, your transportation should cost no more than $750 total. Strategy number 3. Hold on to your car for at least 10 years, preferably longer. If you buy a $20,000 car and keep it for 10 years, that's $2,000 per year in depreciation. If you trade it in every 3 years, you're looking at $6,000 per year just in depreciation costs. Here's an advanced tip. Learn basic car maintenance. Knowing how to change your oil, replace air filters, and do basic diagnostics can save you thousands annually. A basic oil change at a shop costs $60 to $80, but doing it yourself costs $25 and takes 30 minutes once you know how. My neighbor Tom learned this after getting quoted $800 for brake pad replacement. He bought the parts for $150 and did it himself, now saving over $2,000 per year. YouTube University is free, and basic car maintenance isn't rocket science. The goal isn't to never own a car. For most Americans, a car is necessary. The goal is to be strategic about it. If you implement these strategies starting today, you could easily save $300 to $500 per month. Invested over 20 years at a 10% return, that's between $700,000 and $1.2 million in additional wealth. $1.2 million. That's enough to retire early, buy a house in cash, or achieve complete financial independence, all from making smarter decisions about the thing sitting in your driveway. If you found this eye-opening, smash that like button and subscribe for more wealth-building strategies. Drop a comment below. What's your biggest car-related expense that surprised you? And if you want to learn more about building wealth through smart investing, check out our video on getting started with index funds. Until next time, keep building that wealth one wise decision at a time. And remember, every step you take brings you closer to financial freedom. So what's the first change you're going to make today?